This is me and Dan almost 6 years ago, and we look a little different, right? Dan's got my suit on, my pinstripe suit on. What am I wearing here? This is some kind of a skater wear. I've got some questionable facial hair. I don't even think I'm wearing my shoes, my boots. I do have a nice watch though. And I'm wearing G-Star Raw cargo pants. And I'm obviously in a different studio. This was actually my flat or my apartment at the time. This was my first meeting with the $50 billion man. And Dan has a great phrase that I believe in as well, which is this: the person that stays hungriest the longest wins. Period. That's all that it's all about. All of you out there that have quit on something in the past, it means you're not going to win. You have to be the hungriest the longest. And that's been the story of London Real. This was probably 1 year into the show, maybe a year and a half. And I promised myself I would publish an episode of London Real every Sunday without fail. That's it. That was my simple way of holding myself accountable. That's it. London Real has always been about accountability, even before the Academy came into place, where we really hold people to strict accountability over 8 weeks. So this was me, and we're still hungry here. It's 8 years, and we have stayed hungriest the longest. And I've seen people start businesses and close them, start podcasts and close them, start speaking careers and close them. But we don't quit here. And so that's what I'm telling you here. Are you going to stay hungriest the longest? That's the person that wins. In a long enough timeline, if you stay focused at what you do, you will win, almost by definition. So that's what this is all about. And here's a quick video going a little bit deeper into that concept.
You become what you think about most, and you're not going to die from your failures. You're not going to die from your mistakes, although you heretofore acted like you're going to die from them. So you refrain from doing them at all. You pull away. You don't step into the breach. I'm going to say, I want you to run towards the gunfire and kill everybody. Just come out smoking. Just come out swinging. And there's no downside other than embarrassment. And to me, you can't hurt my feelings. Like, you can't embarrass me. You know, it would be, as I used to say 35 years ago, you know, piss on my face. I don't care. Just give me the fucking money. You know, I don't care. But self-deprecation is a trait that almost all the high-performance gals and guys have. They can poke fun at themselves. You guys, not just you, but the guys that come here can't poke fun at themselves. And there's certain cultures that are even less inclined to poke fun at themselves, i.e. the Swiss, the Germans, the French. The more I'm out there and the more mistakes I see you kids make, which aren't the mistakes I would make, but they're still prevalent, is that I see shadows now. So now I see risks differently.
You must step into your fears or you're never going to get where you need to go. Most of us lead quiet lives of desperation, and we get to the end of our life, we're wondering what the hell did we do with it. So you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's what today has been all about. I'm trying to get you to adopt that mindset to get you to the next level. Now, the ugly truth is this: you can't do it alone, and you can't do it yourself because you're going to quit. Your subconscious brain is going to give you a reason to bow out. It's going to give you an amazing excuse, and I've heard them all inside London Real Academy. I just got a new job. I just lost my new job. I just got married. I just got divorced. I just had a baby. My grandma died. I broke my leg. It's Brexit. Trump got elected. These are all the excuses I hear. And I say, I don't care. Pull the trigger and move forward anyways. And that's what it's all about. So find yourself a mentor. Find yourself a process. Find yourself the accountability. And make sure 2020 is not wasted. This is the chance. This is a great moment in time, in history, for you to go on the right course, or you can stay on your current mediocre course. And guess what? It gets worse if you're not proactive. And it gets better if you're active every day and taking on risks, and that's what today has been all about. I'm loving these comments. Keep putting them in and tell me, what do you want to do in 2020? What's your biggest single challenge? And who can you find to be your mentor to help take you to the next level? We got some great comments here. Sean Galloway says, I want to be the biggest real estate investor in the Midwest, and he wants to get rid of fake friends. You know, I did a video when I was up at Dan Pena's castle, and I said, most of your friends and family are bringing you down, right? As Dan Pena would say, who you hanging out with? Losers. And most of you are hanging out with losers. It's true. You're hanging out with people that you knew from high school. Most of your family is not helping you. I always say, look at your friends and family. Are any of them building $1 million business? Are any of them writing a New York Times bestseller? Are any of them about to give a TED Talk? No, I would say, for all the people you're hanging out with. Well, then why do you expect your life to get to the next level? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Find some people to be around, even if you have to cut them checks to be around them. My week with Dan was absolutely epic. this last week. I can't emphasize that enough. It was one of the best weeks I've had in 5 years. It was a lot of work, but it was amazing being around high-performance people with high-performance ideas, thinking about the future. The people you hang out with right now are bringing you down, and yet you feel bad about getting rid of them, and you got to purge them from your life. Joseph Kahn says on Instagram, how can you get hungry if you are comfortable? Exactly, that's my point. You need to put yourself out of the comfort zone, leave your house, move cities, take on a massive project. That's what's really, really important. We got 12-year-old Harley on Facebook says, I was inspired by London Real and is starting his own online business now. I love it. If we can help you inside the academy, you let me know. And Milton asks, how do you find a mentor and get around the right people? We're right here. We're right here. But you have to pay the price to action. I mean, I got to see that you are invested in change. And so the way I do it now at my level is I say who actually wants to pay the price to action. In my case, it's inside my academy. The people that join my courses get access to me. They get my personal time every single week. They get to come to London Real Studios. They get to come to graduation. They become part of the London Real family. The ones that don't, I can't spend time with you because you're obviously not serious about what you want to do. I get emails all the time. People want to buy me coffee. I don't want your coffee. I want to see that you have paid a price to action and you want to invest in your future. When you do that, we are ready to help you. But for guys like Dan and guys like me, the way we can see if you're serious is by seeing if you're willing to pay a price. And if you are, then you can have an incredible experience that's probably worth 10 times that. So I would say to you, make that happen and find it out there. I would love to put the comments in there as well. I want to close this out and show you a trailer of our latest movie called Reconnect.
We're in a dark age. We've lost our compass. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we want to go. What is to be done?
It's going to take some consciousness change to get us out of the box we're in.
La maldición de ayahuasca, nosotros podemos conectar con esa persona y le da cuenta dónde está la raíz del problema de él. Pues ahí se trabaja.
Sometimes I feel anxious and unappreciative of the things I have.
There's no such thing as work-life balance. There are work-life choices and you make them and they have consequences.
What we don't understand about psychedelics is a very thick book. They can help you orient yourself morally, but look the hell out.
You don't always get what you want with ayahuasca, but you always get what you need.
The diseases of individual are the diseases of the world. Our culture's soul is severely wounded.
Humanitarian crisis growing by the day.
Global warming is the greatest fraud that's been perpetrated on mankind this century.
When you take these lessons in, it's kind of a process to make sure that it comes into yourself. Some of the hardest work is when you go home. Integration means bringing things into the whole person.
Maybe we should be considering that the depth of human experience is more than just material things and technology and our egos.
We all get stuck in a mold. That's what can happen with ayahuasca. You get that mold, and she fucking smashes it on the floor. Now, what are you gonna do? Now, who are you?
Heavens are collapsing. This is the time to change. If you want to raise human consciousness, there has never been a better time.
La ayahuasca nos fortalece nuestra mente, nos abre nuestra creatividad, nuestro amor, nos conecta uno a uno mismo.
Treno ayahuasca supai kuna chamuriri mushamu. Siji majiji pashamuriri.